Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
What's up, YouTube? How you doing? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Race to 100. I am your co-host, Neil Batang.
I'm Rick Thorcell, and this is episode 11. We are in double digits now.
Episodo 11. So we're getting there. We're a tenth of the way there, and this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. So thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for the love and support, or even if it's not love, thanks for commenting.
Always
we do
tuning
appreciate
in.
it. Yeah.
So, Thorcell, question: what are we going to talk about today?
Not a fun conversation.
Not a fun conversation. Something recently that's happening out there in the world today.
Last couple of days, news broke.
News broke that the guy who killed the beloved Trayvon Martin is auctioning off the gun he used to kill him.
George Zimmerman is back in the news.
Why is that guy always relevant?
I don't think he's always relevant, but
he
always does something.
He's always trending for like something like terrible. Like, why do we as a country entertain this man's like BS? Like, I still can't wrap my mind around it.
I mean, reading all the articles about this, like I had to do my best to like keep it in cool and not freak out about this, because just hearing what he has to say, I just don't understand how somebody can be so hate-filled. I mean, like, this guy took another person's life. Like, it doesn't matter if they're guilty or innocent, if they're 17, which he was, underage, or an adult. Like, you took a person's life, and you're, like, trying to continue to incite all of these feelings.
You're
like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
In the face of those that you've hurt.
How
the
somebody
people you've harmed
could do something like that is beyond me. You killed a person. Like,
So,
don't go around trying to auction off your gun. And you know he was going to donate the money that he made off of that gun to a anti-Black Lives Matter group.
an anti-Black Lives Matter
Yeah,
group.
because he has all the money that he needs. He has plenty of donations from plenty of white people who agreed with his shooting in the first place. So he's set financially.
Before we started filming, you and I had an interesting conversation. I was like, I'm surprised that like no one has like made a move to try to like, you know, do something they shouldn't to him, inflict some sort of harm. And you're like, oh no, Neil, he's got plenty of bodyguards around him. I guess plenty of right-wing supporters have donated money to his cause, and now he's rich and he can afford to have all the security he has. He needs around him. This is totally effed up. It sucks because I feel like as a country we continuously take 2 or 3 steps forward and then like 6 steps back. You know, woo, Harriet Tubman's gonna be on the front of the $20 bill in a few years, and then woo, George Zimmerman's back in the public eye again,
For doing
trolling
something
us. You know,
as ridiculous as this.
You know, the most
really
nefarious thing you can do to someone.
He said it was a piece of American history, in a positive sense.
You know, people do not understand, and again, we are going to go back to episodes we've done before, that the manifestation of the Black Lives Matter movement comes from this act, the killing of Trayvon Martin. It didn't necessarily start with a cop killing a black person. It was because some dude started some stuff with a young black kid walking home, and they got into a fight. He ended up shooting said black kid, who unfortunately died, and the people around were trying to justify this act. One of the worst things you can do to someone, and it's quite unfortunate that we didn't get it right. It really sucks.
And then there are people who said they did get it right. I mean, George Zimmerman and his supporters say it got right. And that's when you ask yourself, I mean, just looking at the human cost of this, is there justice in the world? Like, is there justice?
Not all the time. I mean, if this person kills that person and he goes behind bars, and yeah, there's justice, but it isn't a one size fits all. It isn't black or white. Justice isn't black or white. Clearly, we have gray areas where, in some instances, we get things right. In some instances, we get things wrong. A lot of instances, we get things wrong. But the fact that they weren't able to finds Zimmerman guilty definitely sets us back. It sets the Black Lives Matter movement back, or any other progressive movement. It's terrible for black people. It's terrible for white people. It's terrible for Latinos. It's terrible for canines and dogs. It just really sucks, because you find out that someone could come home one day and hear that their child or their son or their whatever was wrongfully killed, and there's
That's the thing. It could happen to anyone.
It
It really could happen to anyone, and it did to Trayvon Martin.
And it's very unfortunate what happened. We don't have enough time to really delve into how much we can't stand this George Zimmerman character. Did you know that DMX was trying to fight him? The rapper DMX?
It wouldn't surprise me.
So there were some tweets back and forth between DMX, Rough Riders, one of the greatest out there. Shout out to Mr. DMX doing his thing. Get well soon and put out an album, man. This guy they were tweeting back and forth, because Zimmerman's like,
he's super active.
Unfortunately, I have to say that this killer is a celebrity. But he is a celebrity. He has a following. Everyone knows who he is. And he and DMX were tweeting back and forth. And DMX wanted to set up a fight where they boxed each other. He wanted to set up some sort of an event where they had a fight, and they hired referees and people could come spectate. I would have paid big money to see that, to see DMX give it to him. That would have been so tight. It would have been tight, but that's not what's going to happen, unfortunately. Someone's going to purchase this gun.
Well, actually, so a little bit of good news, at least how it stands right now when we're taping it. He tried selling it on some sort of main gun website. I forget exactly what it was called, like Broker Guns or something like that. They took it down immediately, or someone took it down immediately. So he had to switch to another site and put the auction at $5,000. And as soon as it launched, the top bidder put in a bid of $65 million with the name of Racist McShootface. So currently, Racist McShootface, as you might imagine, is not a real person and has been taken off the bidding site, but the bid of $65 million still remains. So currently, he's unable to sell it, which is a little token of victory in this horrible story. He's been booted off of Twitter too.
This is so mind-boggling to me that this guy could sell the gun that he used to kill innocent teenage Trayvon Martin and make millions off that. Like, we are rewarding this guy's heinous, nefarious act. We are rewarding that. Like, this is America. Like, but again, 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. It sucks. We don't feel good about it. We aren't down with it, but this is a guilty evil we'll all have to unfortunately deal with, and a sucky pill that we'll eventually have to swallow. So tell us what you guys think about this entire thing. Feel free to like, comment, or subscribe for more videos. We wouldn't be able to do this without you guys. Rix, you want to add anything?
We'll catch you next time on the Race to 100.
Thank you.
Peace.